today's video, I've been sitting here playing around. And we all know that with age, we lose hair in the places we want to keep it, and we gain hair in other places that we don't want it. Like you get the chin hairs, you get the nipple hairs, you get hairs in odd places, especially postmenopausal. And if you grew up when I did, we tweezed our eyebrows so thin because Twiggy set the example. And we all wanted those eyebrows. Little did we know that as we got older, thick eyebrows would be the in thing. So I don't have good eyebrows. I used to have good eyebrows. And I remember I was in Toronto. I walked past a woman. I've mentioned this in a video before. I walked past a woman and she said, "Oh, come in. Please let me do something with those eyebrows." And I was just mortified. And I started tweezing. I used to have really nice thick eyebrows. And so I decided, well, I'm going to start tweezing these things. And I did. And they grew in when I was younger. They used to grow back, as I'm sure many of you have experienced. And then they just stopped growing. And with age, they not only stop growing, I swear they fall out, and they turn white. So I've been thinking, how can I make my eyebrows look fuller? I don't even think I am a candidate for doing the tattoo, the microblading. My eyebrows have always been funky. They are not nice eyebrows. The only thing I have is they are still a good length, but they are, when they do get longer, it's just the hairs that I already have here. Although I do use a brow serum that I was kind of lazy with, I'm back to using it, and I do get a lot of new growth from it. But the actual eyebrows that I have are so wiry, burly. They really are like Chewbacca. I'm like a caveman with these eyebrows if I don't groom them. But I want them to appear thicker. And I think a lot of people think I pluck them this way. I don't think anybody plucks their eyebrows this way anymore. So today I thought I would experiment. I went to Ulta this morning and I bought 2 lash primers. I had purchased one the other day and it was so thick and goopy, and they didn't look good. So I went back today, and I would have liked to have gotten Dior, but my Ulta does not carry the Dior because I know the Dior goes on very lightly. And a clear would not work because all the clears that I looked at were more like setting. They were to set the eyebrows in place. And that's not really what I wanted. I want to create volume and have the appearance of having a fuller brow. Now, of course, I'm not going to be able to make it thicker, but I want what's there, because if you look at me right now, my eyebrows disappear. And I have, neither one of them are done. My makeup is fully done. And this is how I would go out of the house, except for I would then use a tinted brow gel on my eyebrows because so many of them are white. And I broke 2 fingernails. Y'all were telling me how nice my fingers looked, and I went and broke 2 of them. And so now I gotta cut them all off and start all over again. So excuse my nails because I'm working on them tomorrow, Sunday. Anyway, and I will talk about some products that I use that I think really make a difference. So let's get on to the eyebrows. So I went to Ulta and I bought one that's moderate price and one that's a little less expensive. And the first one I did buy the other one that Essence sells, and it was too goopy. So I saw they have this one. So I went ahead and I bought this one, and I opened it and I looked at it. It doesn't seem to be too clumpy. I was gonna go with the L'Oreal Paradise primer, but that's a little thicker than I wanted for my eyebrows. And then I bought the Tarte. And this one is the Volume Boosting Primer. Again, this one is also white, but I wanted to get one of each. I was hoping they had a sample of this one, well, a try me size, but they didn't. So when I pull it out, this looks like it might be a little too thick. So I'm gonna do one eyebrow with the Tarte and one eyebrow with the Essence. And all I'm going to do, and I'm gonna try to do it very carefully. I have my 5-time magnifying mirror that I am going to come as close as I can so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to I'm gonna pull it out, and I wanna make sure that I really clean the tip off. I better put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing first, because I'm trying to act all like, oh, I don't need those glasses and I need them for everything. But I'm just cleaning off all the excess off the end. I don't want any of that on there. So if you look at the brush now, it doesn't have many clumps. Right there's a little one that I'll go ahead and wipe off as well. I'll just really give it once on each side. I'll just swipe it so that it takes off any of the clumps. Okay, so there is the wand. So I'm going to take my glasses off now. I've got my 5-time, and I'm going to come as close. Now, if I had my contacts in, I'd really be able to see what I was doing. But I'm not going anywhere, and this was like I thought, I'm gonna do this on camera. I'm gonna make it a hack. So let's go ahead and just start by lightly. I don't wanna press because too much will go on the skin, but I wanna try to grab all of my brows, and then I'm gonna go in the opposite direction, get my hair out of the way, the opposite direction, and just really coat the eyebrow and try to get all of those little guys that go unnoticed. And then I'm just going to shape the brow. And you might want to make sure that your brows are really trimmed and groomed, because mine get like really, one will be like of this long. I'm not kidding. All right, so there is the essence. So I'm gonna go ahead I'm gonna let it just dry a second. So let's just do my fan so that it does it quickly. I don't want it super dry because I wanna be able to move it around, but I wanna go ahead and put some of the Anastasia tinted brow gel. I've not found one that I like better than this. So this is the caramel. The blonde is too light for me. I would go to the blonde, but it's too light. That's the one thing, because a lot of people will leave comments for me, your eyebrows are too dark. Well, they're my eyebrows, not yours. Don't worry about it. But anyway, if you notice, most people that have their natural color white or gray hair, the eyebrows always seem to come in dark. I don't know why. I wish they would have just all come in white. I could have put the blonde on and gone for it, but some of them are jet black. All right, so now I have my Anastasia caramel, and I'm just going to start by applying that onto my brow, and then I'm going to go backwards just like I did with the actual primer, and I'm going to make sure that I get all of my brows covered. Of course, I can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm making sure that I cover it completely. And then I'm just going to go ahead and kind of shape it to see if it comes in. Okay, you be the judge. Now I could probably go in and put another coat. I'll really work with this, both of these primers, when I have my contacts in, but this is just a trial run to see, and I do think it looks a little bit fuller, okay, versus my other eyebrow. So now I'm gonna go ahead and try the Tarte. Now this one, I don't remember how much it was, but it was a little more expensive than the Essence, obviously. And the brush just looked pretty good. So I thought, let's go ahead and try it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing I did on the other side. I'm just going to back comb to get all the little hairs. And then I'm going to just brush it up. Let me get in here a little bit. And then I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, so now let's dry it a little bit. That's what it looks like with it on. They're both the same color, white. I don't wanna dry it all the way. I just want a little bit of it dried. Okay, so now I'm going back in with my Anastasia, and I'm going to clean off the end, and I'm going to go ahead and just start brushing this on. And then I'm going to go backwards so that I get all of that white covered and every single lash covered. Huh. I do think it looks a little bit like a little more hairy. I think it's looking a little more bulky. What do you think? All right, let me just put a little more of this right here. Let's go back into here. And okay, so there are my brows with a lash primer on them. What do we think? Let me put my glasses on so I can see. Oh, I think they look a little fuller. Oh, I think I might keep playing with this because I actually think this one does a little bit better of a job. So that was the Tarte. Okay, so this side was the Essence and this side was the Tarte. And to be honest with you, I think they both did a really good job. Okay, so I don't know if this has been done before on YouTube, but it just came to me one day. I said, I'm gonna try that. So I do think that it makes them look a little bit fuller. I'm gonna go see what Louis thinks. All right, my friends, so that is it for today's video. Just a quick eyebrow hack. And I'll keep playing with them. And if you have a lash primer that you think would work really well for this, let me know in the comments and I'll try to find it. And if you have the Dior, try this and let me know how it works out for you, okay? Because the Dior would be very expensive, but sometimes we just have to bite the bullet for certain things. All right, I'm not going anywhere. I just want to see how my brows look full. All right, if you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you as an ageless beauty. Hit the subscribe button. Right next to it is the bell. You're supposed to be notified, but I would check every day to see if a video is out from anybody that you enjoy watching on YouTube, because they don't always notify you. Until the next time, my friends, go out in the world, be lovable, and remember, it is okay to love our age. We just have to work a little bit harder at it. All right? I love you guys. Bisous.